Axiot Wisdom Lesson warmly greets you. Your soul has gone to great lengths to ensure you see this video. It is simply so I can tell you, it is time for you to awaken. If you accidentally scroll past, perhaps our next meeting will require several more lifetimes of reincarnation. The meeting of souls is like a flash of light. Thank you, universe, for giving us the karmic connection to resonate together. Heaven only helps one kind of person, those who know how to save themselves. We all hope a savior will appear in this world to rescue us. But the truth is, there is no savior. The only savior is yourself. Only you can save yourself. No matter how much pain or how many trials you are currently enduring, if you wish to rebel against fate, you must save yourself. When you begin to believe you can save yourself, you become the savior of your own life. Saving yourself is when heaven helps you. When a person falls to the very bottom of the abyss yet still refuses to change, heaven will awaken them. First, heaven will use love to awaken you. If love fails, heaven will use suffering to awaken you. If suffering is insufficient, heaven will use trials. If trials still fail, heaven will use accidents. And if even an accident cannot awaken you, heaven will have no choice but to use your very life to make you realize the truth until you are truly awakened. The heart must die for the Tao to be born. All the pain and wounds you experience are the universe's way of awakening you. Why must humans endure loneliness and suffering? Many people cannot understand this question. There is a beautiful saying, behind suffering lies reward, behind loneliness lies enlightenment. Have you heard the story of the eagle? An eagle's lifespan is about 70 years, but when it reaches 40, its talons, feathers, and beak all age, making hunting extremely difficult. At this point, it has only two choices, accept death or choose rebirth. If it chooses rebirth, the eagle must first gather enough food, then find a secluded cliff. There it will use its old beak to strike the rock tens of thousands of times until the old beak falls off and a new one grows. When the new beak emerges, it will use it to pluck out each of its old talons. This process is equally painful. After acquiring new talons, it continues to pluck out each old feather, becoming a completely bare eagle. This process is incredibly painful and dangerous. Eagles that survive must endure 150 days of cold, hunger, and the threat of attack from other birds. But if they overcome it, they grow new feathers and are completely reborn, becoming a powerful eagle once more. Humans are born twice. The first time is when the body is born. The second time is when the soul awakens. When your soul awakens, that is when you truly begin to live. You realize that all troubles and suffering are merely limits of perception. The awakening process begins by doubting and rejecting old values, then building new ones. This is like performing surgery on your own thinking. It is a prolonged and painful experience. Fate will continuously test you, forcing you to use wisdom to reflect, criticize, question, observe, and be compassionate until you are truly reborn. This is a painful process, not easy at all, and many people never achieve it in their lifetime. Instead, they find ways to numb themselves with spiritual chicken soup, dependence on others, or meaningless entertainment. Do you know that creating illusions in life is like nurturing a beautiful dream? But if you speak up and interrupt that dream, you may be blamed for ruining someone else's peace. Those who have truly awakened their souls are truly extraordinary. They can let go of this physical body and all things belonging to the material world. In the world of the physical body, we often revolve around 5 basic needs: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. These needs are never exhausted. Therefore, a truly awakened person knows how to satisfy basic needs without pursuing them further. Only such people can ascend to a higher world. The soul needs to accumulate wisdom and merit so that when it leaves this world, it carries more than it did when it arrived. The world of the soul is selfless, while the world of the physical body is full of selfishness. Everyone exists in these two worlds. Which world are you living in? Where do you want to live? In the world of the physical body or the soul? The answer lies in a single thought, a decisive moment. Just one thought, and you can rise above. Remain below, and you will stay forever. Everything that happens in life is determined by a single thought and the subsequent chain of actions that create the totality of your life. If you can understand this, you are truly extraordinary, because soul awakening is a higher level enlightenment, the ultimate awakening. It is self-recreation and the process of merging the small self into the greater self, ultimately reaching a state of egolessness. Soul awakening helps us enter a new world and become a new person. Therefore, we are not just building a new earth, but creating a new humanity. Signs that your soul is beginning to awaken include many changes. One common sign is depression. During the process of raising your vibrational frequency, much dark and heavy energy is expelled from the body. In this phase, you may feel as if things will never get better and the outside world no longer matches your new vibrational frequency. Feelings of anxiety, panic, and loss of control may arise. Secondly, many people will feel hungrier more often, experience low blood sugar, or crave protein. This happens because the energy upgrade consumes many of the body's resources. Your entire body is being overhauled. During this time, it is best to focus on the present and eat protein-rich foods to support your body. This phase can last many years with recurring cycles of low blood sugar, but as your body adapts, your health will improve. Another common symptom is unusual pain and itching in various parts of the body. This is the third sign, indicating that energy blocked at the three-dimensional level is being released as other parts of you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. These pains may last a few weeks, but are part of the transformation process. Remember, soul awakening is a challenging yet profoundly meaningful journey that helps you reach a better version of yourself. Then, everything seems to disappear for no apparent reason. Your neck and upper back often feel stiff and sore. Our spine is adjusting to fit new vibrations and connect with higher frequency light. This area of the body is where the energy shift and upgrade occur. Fourth, skin breakouts and detoxification. Issues like acne, rashes, or conditions resembling chickenpox often appear during cleansing, helping the body adapt to higher energy. Rashes are quite common. Diarrhea can last for weeks or even months. Pay attention to what you eat, as your body is undergoing drastic changes and struggles to process hard-to-digest foods. If you are unsure what to eat, consider carefully and seek advice from your spiritual mentors. Heart pain and a feeling of tightness in the chest. This is a common symptom for many people. Our hearts are trying to adapt to new, higher frequencies. Sometimes you may feel as if you are having a heart attack. It is important to rest, as any activity can worsen the symptoms. Rest assured, you are not in danger. Sometimes you may feel as if your heart has stopped beating, but stay calm and maintain your connection with higher energy to find reassurance and safety. When the energy adjusts and your body completes a phase of transformation, you will feel the need to rest during integration and prepare for the next powerful energy shift. You may become very sleepy. Falling asleep immediately may become a necessary habit. Experiencing erratic emotions and crying. Our emotions carry energy, and when energy changes, emotions become unstable. You may cry for no clear reason. You may also cry when witnessing someone else's pain. These tears are a wonderful means of purification and release. When new energy arrives, I often know it because even while driving, I may cry for no reason. This can last a while, but at least it is not painful. Feeling hot flashes and sweating. Sometimes you may feel hot for no specific reason. This happens when higher energy approaches you. This energy is denser, and as it draws near, it creates a sensation of heat. Inability to tolerate low frequencies. You may feel uncomfortable with the low vibrations of the three-dimensional world, even certain therapies. These things may feel incompatible with your true self. As you reach higher frequencies, your energy no longer resonates with old patterns. You may prefer to stay home or be alone because many things outside no longer match your frequency. This is a common experience during energetic evolution. Returning to lower dimensions will feel uncomfortable and difficult to sustain for long, as lowering your frequency to adapt to that environment is very challenging. Sudden changes in relationships, work, and living situations. In higher realms, the law of attraction becomes the most fundamental and prevalent principle. Energy attracts similar energy. We will encounter things that match our vibrational frequency. As our vibration rises, this effect is amplified, becoming the core factor of reality. Through the process of raising energy, we continue to transcend previous development. Environments no longer compatible with our vibrational frequency will naturally be removed from our lives. They will leave our space. Sometimes this may result from a major event, or simply a small expectation that makes it impossible to maintain a relationship as before. Inability to do things contrary to your nature. You will feel uncomfortable trying to perform daily activities you once did normally. You no longer fit into old patterns because your soul is moving towards a life with higher vibrations, living in the present and building the future. Increased sensitivity to the environment. Bright lights, noise from crowds, food, television, other sounds, and many other stimuli become unpleasant. You may feel short of breath, but rest assured, this state will pass. Eventually, you will learn how to step out of it and control what you wish to experience. Buzzing or ringing sounds in the ears. This is not tinnitus, though the sensation is similar. It is a result of what you are experiencing. It signals that your ears are changing to accommodate new vibrational frequencies, helping you harmonize with another reality. Some people will hear this sound continuously, see it as a sign of vibrational frequency change, indicating you are moving closer to harmony with another reality. Awakening is the rebirth of the soul. An awakened person always carries divinity within, a higher power that helps them see through and understand life clearly. People with awakened souls always spark curiosity. Before awakening, people often try to prove others' foolishness instead of facing their own ordinariness. Outwardly, you remain yourself. Life seems unchanged, but your inner self has fundamentally changed. No matter how the outside world fluctuates, you maintain inner peace and tranquility, full of joy and freedom. When awakened, you no longer focus solely on solving survival problems. You shift from seeking externally to seeking internally. You no longer compare yourself to others or envy what they have. Instead, you feel empathy and understanding for those who chase money and lose their souls. Living in the material world, you maintain a supernatural perspective, treating everything as if playing a game. This game does not mean being frivolous, but being alert, light, and unbound by material things, doing what needs to be done with a relaxed and free mindset. As Noza said, act according to the times, your spirit remains unchanged. Face all things with calmness. Do not underestimate this state. Outwardly, it appears as steadfastness against all storms, but inwardly, your spirit and inner strength remain unaffected by external circumstances. When you realize your true nature, your enlightenment, and your perception in interacting with the world with abundant energy and living the true path, what kind of life truly holds meaning? People have different answers. Unmarried people think the meaning of life is finding a suitable partner to live happily. Those seeking jobs think it is finding work they love with room for growth. Those without a home think it is having a stable place to live, a private space. Those without a car think it is having a comfortable means to go anywhere they want. Entrepreneurs think it is becoming a market phenomenon, achieving extraordinary success. Those who have succeeded want to challenge the impossible, becoming the brightest star on some leaderboard. Those lying in a hospital bed only wish for a healthy body to freely breathe the outside air. However, these answers are merely temporary needs at different stages. The true meaning of life lies in the deep awakening of the soul, something no one can take away, something that will follow you throughout your life. Soul awakening makes every detail of life meaningful, bringing a truly high-level life, not fleeting joy from material things, nor endless troubles and pain. People with awakened souls can make life simple and peaceful. Wisdom is illuminated, energy is abundant. When the mind is disturbed by desire, the soul's peace disappears. Negative thoughts and emotions only bring prolonged sadness, suffering, and pain, trapping people in their cycle of reincarnation. Many believe money can heal everything. Money is like a painkiller, temporarily numbing pain, but when it wears off, the pain returns, even worse. A truly awakened person can return life to a state of simplicity and peace, living frugally materially but richly spiritually. When you have an independent spiritual world, your 3 souls and 7 spirits reside peacefully within it, undisturbed by worldly noise. A calm mind, reduced desires, is the secret to nurturing the spirit. Reducing desire does not mean completely abandoning all thoughts or aspirations, but letting go of unnecessary ambitions and useless cravings. Imagine the soul as a stream of water. The water is not clear because of mud. When the mud settles, the water naturally becomes clear. Therefore, keeping the mind pure and reducing desires is the way to achieve inner peace. People with awakened souls live life like a poem, cherishing every present moment. A bite of food, a sip of water is seen as destiny. They are grateful, content, and cherish every moment. Like when flowers fall, it is natural. Spring has flowers, summer has cool breezes, winter has snow. If not burdened by worldly matters, every moment is the most beautiful time of life. A poetic and beautiful life truly stems from understanding life's truths, radiating from inner purity, peace, and harmony. People whose souls are not awakened will feel everything is unsatisfactory, easily experiencing fluctuating emotions. Even living in a human paradise, they constantly weigh gains and losses, calculate benefits and harms. In their minds, there is no room for poetry, no soul to appreciate beauty. Even if heaven and earth grant them the entire world, they will never be satisfied. Life is like a play. Only those with awakened souls realize that all the wonderful beauty in life originates from the heart. A calm heart makes everything calm. A joyful heart makes everything joyful. People with awakened souls find endless joy in life's simplicity and authenticity. Joy does not come from scheming or calculation, but from innocence and hopeful dreams. A soul burdened with endless calculations will never find true happiness. Only by letting go of constraints obscured by karma can one experience true joy, like a child who feels happiness. Finding true joy in life, even invisible karmic enemies will not allow you true happiness. Life's joy is natural, a purity untainted, like the innocent brightness of a child. Children always find endless joy because their souls are not yet stained. No matter what they encounter, they can see it as a fun toy or something delicious to explore. People with awakened souls are those who have washed away the dust of the world, no longer controlled or enslaved by fame and fortune. They can reconcile with all things in the world, doing anything without any purpose, simply because they like it, because they find it interesting. Like an innocent child, they carry no burdens of pressure or expectations from others. This allows them to master themselves, awakening the life within. When the inner life awakens, every human action becomes meaningful, vibrant, and full of vitality. All people who achieve success in art do so through the awakening of their inner life and spiritual enlightenment. People with awakened inner lives connect with energy higher than the three-dimensional world. Their values are completely different from this material world. Only by reaching a higher level of life can a person become independent, able to fully understand and express the meaning of life. A high-level life is not material wealth. Material wealth only brings extreme emptiness and loneliness, because your entire life experience is sucked into heavy, rigid things you cannot take with you. They are like a giant magnet pulling your soul. A truly high-level life is the awakening of the soul's world. When no longer bound by external material things, the soul becomes free, without sorrow, coming and going freely. Such a life cannot be bought, even with the world's largest fortune. This is the wonderful awakening of the human world. People with awakened souls can return life to a state of simplicity and peace. They can live life like a poem and a distant horizon, finding endless joy in the simplest things. Thank you for taking the time to listen. If this content brings you something meaningful, please leave a like in return. Don't forget to reply with the phrase, "All can awaken, all can find peace and happiness." If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please press the subscribe button on the right to connect more deeply with us. Please share this benevolent wisdom